We need to name that lady, don't you think? We might have to have a contest. Sophia is now recording for us. And I'd like to share our mission statement with you before we get started. We are an inclusive spiritual community where we recognize and express our oneness with our Creator and all creation. So let's open our time together with a song. And I believe that Mark we're getting our act together around here, I tell you, with all this new technology. I believe he can even put the words on the screen. I could be wrong, but it could happen. We'll find out. Look at that, something happened. And I know that Kayla is putting them on the Zoom screen. It may or may not happen, but no, it's in the works. Here we go. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary. Look at it, it's a miracle. Pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. One more time, let it rip. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, a sanctuary for you. Reverend Elizabeth.
Whoa. Are you feeling the love already? Happy Sunday. The word for today is gratitude, right? And gratitude is what opens up exponentially to even more good, more abundance of love, of life, of joy, of peace, of energy that heals, that sustains us. So let's create a vortex of love and light by amplifying our gratitude, by going into our hearts. Yes, I am grateful for that full moon. I am grateful that today is a new beginning. It's spring equinox. Are you ready for new beginnings, new energy, to thrive? Yes, 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 yes. And good morning to all of you on Zoom, because we are non-local beings. We're going to create a vortex of love and light right here, and it's going to continue connecting heart to heart in this quantum soup that we are creating this morning. So breathe with me as we go into our hearts in a time of prayer, in gratitude, in joy, in love. And see the light shining in your heart, the beautiful light that you are, and say, I am ready to shine it forth to the world. I am here, fully here, alive, alert, awake, filled with gratitude, and ready for new, wonderful surprises in this new beginning. And we are grateful for everyone serving today. And we are grateful for this time of community. For this and so much more, we say together, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen.
Isn't it wonderful to have Reverend Elizabeth here for the first time in person? On Zoom, did you hear that applause? Did it come through a little bit? There was a big applause in here, just so you know. Let's have a Zoom applause now. There you go. They're giving us the little, this is our form of Zoom applause. It's perfect. It works great. All right. There's a new church on the horizon, made of light, not of stone, calling out to all creation, saying you are not alone. Lions and lambs, saints and sinners, best of friends, enemies, woman and man, losers and winners, they're all in you and me. We are one heart, looking for answers. We are one soul, finding our way through the dark. One dream we share together. We are all a part of one heart. Out in the cold, there are faces hidden by the wind and the rain. Hold out your hand, someone will take it and bring you home again. Yes, we are one heart, looking for answers. We are one soul, finding our way through the dark. One dream we share together. We are all a part of one heart. Around the world tonight, all the fires are burning. Tears are falling from the sky. Still the world keeps on turning. We are one heart, one soul, one dream we share together. We are all a part. Yes, we are one heart, looking for answers. We are one soul, finding our way through the dark. One dream we share together. Yes, we are all a part of one heart. Oh, yes, we are all a part of one heart.
I'll tell you, it's so hard to hold back the tears this morning because my heart is exploding in love and in gratitude. I'm already in love with you all. And this magical land. I don't know how aware you are that you are on sacred ground. And the healing power of these mountains, of the beauty around you. I mean, I'm blessed. I live by the ocean. And the ocean is wonderful. But I need some mountains once in a while. You know, they ground you, they heal you, they remind you of the power of God, the power of creation, and beauty, so much beauty. So yes, that full moon by Pikes Peak, and on the other side, the sun rising. Wow, how fortunate we are. And the last few years, would you say that have been a little bit difficult, that there's been a lot of change? Right? And I'm very grateful for Zoom because we've been able to connect. And we need to connect. We need to know that we belong, that we're part of something greater. Our first unity principle says that there's only one presence, one power, God the good. But when we're in the midst of it, when we're fallen into that dark hole, it doesn't feel really good, right? And when you feel isolated, but then when you overcome it, you're even more grateful and more empowered when you realize, wow, I'm going to appreciate every connection now even more. And I'm going to really make it my best effort to see God in everyone and see the Creator in all of creation. Because we're all in this together. And we are living the best of times. Might not always feel that way, but we're being called to stretch. We're about to take a huge quantum leap, or I think we're in the midst of it. A huge paradigm shift. So more than ever, we need a community. We need to know that we belong. And I am so grateful for this movement, the unity movement, because it is practical, because it gives us the tools to rise up. It gives us the tools to work through our stuff. We're already whole and complete. But we need to peel the onion of all the conditioning that we have bought into and move from poor little me to we are in this together. And together we can thrive. It's a new beginning. The spring of your life is here today if you welcome it. So are we ready to thrive individually and as a community? Yes, 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 yes. They're going like this. So those of you on Zoom and those of you here, just take a moment to look around, and everyone that you see, know that it is the face of God. I am looking at the face of God in so many unique ways that it appears. Only one presence, manifesting in so many. So I heard of a minister that, had this congregant that wanted to go for a walk with him. And so they go for a walk, and they're walking, and the congregant was a soap manufacturer. And so they're walking, and the soap manufacturer says to the minister, you talk every week about these truth principles and how they can make you feel much better and so forth, but your truth principles don't really work. Look around. Look how much suffering there's in the world, and the wars and this and all that going on. And the minister is quiet. He's just walking. And they continue walking and walking. And the soap manufacturer goes on, walking and complaining about how things don't work. And They go by this park and there's children playing, but they are filthy from head to toe. They're so dirty. And the minister looks and says, you know, your soap doesn't work either. And the soap manufacturer said, oh, yes, it does, but you have to use it. And the minister says, same with the truth teachings. You have to put them to use or they don't work. See, knowing the truth is not enough. You have to make it a point to embody it. Embody the truth teachings. That means that you have, from the moment you wake up, you have to make that commitment. I am not just a poor me having this human experience that things happen to. Oh, if only things were different. I'll be happy when I should, I could have. No. When those thoughts come, know that that's monkey mind. We all have monkeys in the mind. We give them a banana. With thank you for sharing, but no, I know the truth of who I am, and you breathe and you remember who you are, and wake up that roaring lion that's ready to be empowered. And you say, I am a divine being, and I'm choosing to bring this divinity into this human experience. That doesn't mean that we're not compassionate. That doesn't mean that things will not happen to us. But everything that happens to us, there is a blessing in it when we're willing to look at it from the heart, when we're willing to say, Spirit, show me what is here. Show me how I can grow through this. So life is happening for me. Everything is a blessing. And I am one with all of the totality of existence. I'm not alone in this. And that's the power of a community that says, I am ready to thrive. I am ready to go rise up. Second tier, to an awakened community. Can you imagine a community that's really ready to practice seeing the divinity in everyone? And that doesn't mean that people will not act out or things will not happen. But when they do, you can still be compassionate. Go, wait a minute, this is not about me. This is about them, and having the skill set, and you grow together. Because here's the thing, awakening is easy. It's about the emotional and spiritual maturity. And we're all in this together, how we move from just me to a we. And then it doesn't stop here or here in Zoom. It goes on and on, shining the light out to the world, because our world needs our light now more than ever. So we need each other to support each other, to see the truth even in the midst of the gooiness. Because we all fall into that gooiness once in a while. But how do we rise up? And that is a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love, a lot of deep, deep diving within, and being willing to face the shadow, being willing to do the forgiveness work, the journaling, the praying, the sitting in the silence, in the stillness, until you can let go of all the thoughts. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, and just be. Because life is here and now, in this moment. The monkeys don't like to be in the moment. That surface mind is always going, me, comparing, trying to make things different than what they are. Just relax and trust life. That's what we got to say. I am ready to step up and turn on the light of my faith muscles. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Light up that faith. I'm taking a moment to just recognize the stillness, the silence here. We are swimming in an ocean of infinite abundance. Divine substance all around us, divine ideas. And as we together, humanity, awakens to the divinity, and starts living from that, we begin to shift from lack, limitation, survival mode to sharing and seeing what is possible, because creation is magnificent and there is no place where God is not. So even in the midst of the biggest challenge, we remember to call forth this presence in us, in the situation, and surrendering to something greater, having faith that God is in the midst of any challenge. And that's how we rise up like the eagle above the clouds of challenges. So if there's anything in you today that feels out of alignment, or any thought that's holding you back from your greatness, take a moment right now and say, Spirit, I give this to you. I am willing to really be in my power. I am willing to claim my divine authority. The spiritual community is a spiritual laboratory. And when you can't see the truth for yourself, call on a prayer chaplain. Call Silent Unity. Somebody will be holding that truth for you. Living through oneness depends on my belonging with you. We belong to each other. We belong to the Creator. We're not alone in this. So when we're feeling lonely, reach out to someone. And if you're feeling gratitude and joy, reach out to someone. Share your joy, share your light. There was this man that wanted to know. He was obsessed and wanted to know the difference between what is heaven and what is hell. And he struggles so much to it. So he goes to God. God, show me that why hell, why heaven, show me. So God says, okay, come with me. And he takes him to a place, and there are 2 doors. And he opens the first door. And in that first door, there's a table, a long table, and there's this soup in the middle, and it smells really good, this vegetable soup. And everybody's sitting around, but they look starving. They're thin, and they're such pain, and they have these long wooden spoons, and they're reaching out, and they're getting the soup. But because it is so long, they can't get it to their mouth, and they're suffering. So God closes the door. He says, see, that's hell. He opens the other door, and it's the same table with the same soup that smells really good, but everybody's plump and happy, and they're laughing, and they're just having such a good time. Same spoons, everything. And the man says, I don't understand, God. And he said, well, here they learned to feed each other. The difference between heaven and hell is a thought. And in an instant, we can change from the poor me to I know who I am. And that's how we make the impossible possible. With God, all things are possible. That is the power of a community. And today is a special day because somebody else, a couple, are joining and being part of this community, have said, yes, this is my spiritual home, and I'm willing to be a part of this because this is your community. And you're all invited to step up, to serve. When you serve, you're part of something greater. You create together. You manifest together. And so this couple have said yes. And so I want to welcome, they're not physically here today with us, but they are in Zoom, I believe. And so help me honor the new members, James Harry and Melissa Berdosic Harry, as our new members. Are you on Zoom? If you are, let's highlight them if you can. They're there. We want to bless you. We see the divinity in you. And send some light and love that we're going to surround you with love and light. And we say, welcome to the spiritual community. We see you doing great things. The Christ in you shining your light to the world. Blessings. And that beautiful child. God bless you. Welcome, 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 welcome. So yes, being part of a spiritual community is a blessing, a gratitude. And it takes practice. Remember, the soap doesn't work if you don't use it. Truth teachings do not work if we don't use them. So third unity principle, thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. If we want to see a different result, we got to change our thinking. And we're talking yesterday in the workshop about denials and affirmations. Denial doesn't mean that you deny the situation. It really means that you deny that that has any power over you. So in other words, nothing or no one can take my joy away from me. I can only do that through my thinking. Nothing or no one has power over me, only what I give and I say yes to. So today, we want to make sure that we don't fall into the prison of those monkeys. No, no, no. We say, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. But I know who I am. I am not moved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move. Let's say that together. I am not moved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move. And let's be grateful for every moment, for every breath, for the miracle of life, and knowing that we belong to something greater. Let us bow down to the divinity within us and make the commitment to share our light with the world. Now join me as we take this energy, this loving energy that's here within, as we go into this time of meditation, of just breathing in and relaxing in gratitude, and let that joy and that love in your heart go forth to every part of your being, grateful for our bodies, our body temple, that the divine gets to experience uniquely through you. Opening our minds, opening our hearts. We breathe, every breath that we take, we know that we are divinely guided. And we listen with our hearts to our intuition, to the guidance that's always there. And we ask that whatever needs to be healed, whatever needs to be revealed, be revealed. Sweet Spirit, this community is ready to thrive, ready to bring in the spring of newness, new beginnings. I am ready to rise up, to let my light shine, because I know that I am part of something bigger, something greater. Take a moment now to breathe deeply and fully all the way to your belly. And as you exhale, release, let go, and let God. I am open and receptive to the newness coming forth through me as me. And in the stillness, in the silence, we listen to the call of Spirit. And we say thank you. And knowing that there is no such thing as separation, bring to your mind's eye family, friends, anyone in need of a healing. Send them love, light. We send our love, our light to Ukraine, to Russia, throughout the world, any place where there is conflict. May this light shine strong as we see God in the midst. And we see this beautiful planet rising. As we see everyone awakening to our unity, we give thanks for this awareness and our willingness to live from the highest truth within. And for this and so much more, we say, and so it is. Thank you, sweet Spirit. Namaste. I behold the divinity in each and every one of you. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes.
Thriving. I love that word. It's one of my favorite words. Thank you so much for that. Welcome to my soul. It's a precious thing. It started on a journey long ago, when it looked into the eyes of God and said, I want to be everything we are expressing as me. And God said, oh, I love you so. Of course you can go out on your own to spread our love and shine our light. But promise me you won't forget that we are of one mind. We are one heart, we are one soul. There's only one. So God gave me a personality through which we could both express our love, and gave to me a body I could live in while I'm here, and then handed me an ego just for fun. And God said, oh, I love you so. Of course you can go out on your own to spread our love and shine our light. But promise me you won't forget that we are of one mind. We are one heart, we are one soul, there's only one. But there are times when I forget and I feel so alone and cold, and I reach out for a hand to hold. Then I go inside and ask myself one question. To what do I really belong? And from the blessed silence comes an answer sweet and clear. Never fear, 'cause I've been with you all along. And God said, oh, I love you so. Of course you can go out on your own to spread our love and shine our light. But promise me you won't forget that we are of one mind. We are one heart, we are one soul, there's only one. Yes, promise me you won't forget that we are of one mind. We are one heart, we are one soul, there's only one.
Thank you very much. I need this technical assistance. You can ask my wife next time you see her.
Really loud, to the clock.
Okay.
To the clock.
To the clock. To the clock. But there's nobody back there.
To dawn.
All right. I've been told not to touch the microphone because it makes noise. So I will try to get past my tendencies to manipulate it, so I will push myself further towards it. So I have 3 thank yous to give this morning, and one is to Connie for her beautiful and wonderful music compositions and her abilities. And second, of course, should be top of the line, of course, but the most momentous occasion of having Reverend Elizabeth here, and not just on Zoom. So we want to thank her for coming. And the third is for you 20-some-odd folks that are out there who took the responsibility of being vaccinated so we could be here in our community unity bubble. Thank you so much. So this is a great joy to see the crowd we have today, and it's the first time I think we can call it a crowd. So give yourselves a round. Okay, I don't have all this memorized, so pardon my recitation from all this. Our sincere gratitude to each member of our community for your ongoing generous financial support bears mentioning. Your gifts are so important and are what sustains unity in the Rockies. For those of you attending in person, instead of passing the offering plates as is normally done in most sanctuaries, we've created a wonderful contribution box in the back, and you can drop those in as you go out the door. Envelopes have been placed in the back seat pockets of a lot of the chairs, so if you want to have your contribution connoted or denoted so that you can basically take an income tax deduction, take one of those and fill it out and put your name on it so we can know where the money came from. If you put it in there just as cash, we won't know where it came from. There are also contribution forms for credit cards adjacent to those envelopes. And so if you find it more convenient to do credit card donations, please go ahead and take advantage of those forms. So, Kayla, if you haven't done so already, would you please put into the chat box the information on our affirmation, number 1, number 2, where to make out the checks to and where to deposit and where to make that donation possible. So, if you'll all join me in our affirmation of abundance. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. So I'm pleased to share several other announcements. There is a pronunciation issue here, so I'm hoping I'm getting this right. And if he's on Zoom or takes a recording and listens to this, my apologies if I foul it up. Reverend Robert Brahmet will be our guest speaker next Sunday. He is an ordained Unity minister. He is a teacher, writer, and spiritual director, and the author of 4 books. Second announcement is we are still looking for a Jack or Jill of all trades to be our temple keeper. This involves both interior and exterior building responsibilities, but we are open to splitting that position. So please refer to Thursday's e-blast for the details. Next, the Sacred Women's Circle will meet next Saturday, March 26th, for a hybrid meeting in person and on Zoom, and details are also in Thursday's e-blast. Library news, we mentioned before for the last 2 episodes that we need to have the books returned. At last count, there were 83 books that had not been returned after 2 years. And I know you guys can read faster than that. So I checked this morning in the book drop, and there are 5 books returned. So that makes 78. So we are counting down. So you may drop them off on Tuesdays between 9 o'clock and noon or on Sunday mornings. Another one is March is one of our months annually that the Unity community is asked to step up and provide items for. And Westside Cares Food Pantry is in need of some more donations. So while you may already contribute to their food pantry throughout the year, please give extra this month. Additionally, your Board of Trustees' intention throughout the COVID-19 pandemic has been to keep our Unity community safe. And as all of you know, we've had distancing on the seats, and this is the first week that we've been able to open this up. And that's because we came to the decision of needing vaccinations to create this Unity community bubble. So thank you so much for being involved in that again. And if you are not vaccinated and you are out there, and if you want to join with us, please take advantage of the vaccinations that are out there. And once you sign in at one time, you don't have to show your card again. Masks are optional for those of you who aren't aware of our new policy. And social distancing is requested, not mandatory. So we ask you to be discreet. And if someone kind of backs off from you, don't feel offended. We believe.
Unless they didn't use soap.
Unless they didn't use the soap. Very good. So we believe what we've done is the best course of action that we can take at this time based upon the social distancing and the vaccinations and the requests from CDC and World Health Organizations and their prompting and vacillations one way or the other and the equivocations they've taken to say one week is good and the next week is bad. But we've made it through this far, so we are the social experiment. So we will find out down the road how all things have worked out. So, welcome back, everybody. So today, you know, the annual meeting is going to follow our Sunday service at 11:15. Everyone is welcome to attend in person or via Zoom, but only members may vote. So we invite you to attend to receive an update on the 2021 happenings, which was a year of many changes, as all of you know, and also to learn more about our plans for 2022. So here's the rundown. Those here in person today are asked to exit the sanctuary after the service. Then just make an about face, and there'll probably be a table out there with a list of people's names. And then you will be asked to show your driver's license to check back in. So those of you who are checking in that are actual members, we ask you to sit on this side of the church or in the center, and those who are not members sit on the right side. And unfortunately, those who sit on the right side can't vote, unless you hurry up real quick and become a member. So show your driver's license, as I said, and members are asked to sit in the center sections, as I mentioned. And for those on Zoom, the current Zoom room will be closed. You're going to have to enter a new Zoom room after you exit the one that you're watching right now. And you also need to have your driver's license to link in to be able to show Kayla or her Zoom assistant online so that your votes will be counted. So that takes care of the voting. And my last big message is we have an affirmation, and all of those of you who don't know, at 9 o'clock each morning and at 9 o'clock at night, we are asked to repeat this. So I'm imagining if you are wanting to participate and this is your first time tuning in, please contact Kayla at the front office or through her email address and find out how that is spelled out. And you can go ahead and recite that with us to create this gigantic, worldwide, wonderful affirmation to bring us our next full-time senior minister. So if you'll listen to me, I'm going to do this in short spurts and repeat. Oh, it's on screen. Well, goodness sake. Let's do it with 3 long bursts then. With gratitude for the past, we align vibrationally to demonstrate and attract the highest level of leadership in accordance with cosmic law for Unity Spiritual Centers in the Rockies. Wonderful. We hope that all resonates, and we know it's just going to bring that wonderful person to us for a full time, although we're going to miss, of course, Reverend Elizabeth, so sorry. But we want a full time one here all the time, don't we? So the last thing I have to share is that the prayer chaplain, Sylvia Ray Strickland, will give our closing prayer today. And after the service, prayer chaplain Norma Crawford is here in the sanctuary, and I'm presuming that's going to be an okay thing for you. even though we have a filtration of people coming back and forth. And she'll be available to pray with individual community members. So with that, I'll turn this over to Sylvia for our prayer.
Thank you, Jeff. And thank you for this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful community of divine love. Let's breathe in all the beautiful truth Reverend Elizabeth shared with us today. And just feel our gratitude for her and all of our blessings that have come to us, the ways we have prospered along the way of the last 100 years. Glued together with this wonderful divine love, we've come from a small group meeting in homes to sharing rented space, to now having a home with a burned mortgage, a home that we can share with another sacred community. We feel such gratitude to be in this sacred place, to live here and experience the euphoria of the beauty of all the nature around us. From this place of divine love and gratitude, let us bring to mind the people who could benefit from receiving some of this divine love for greater prosperity, to be aware they are already living in the divine flow of life and now being renewed, restored, and regenerated. We're awakening to a greater consciousness of divinity than we've ever had before. And so let's call out, say aloud now, the names of those who will benefit from receiving divine love and light, the flow of divine love, a recognition of the divine flow of life through them. James, Richard, Beth, Janice. And let us recognize that divine love sees all of us as whole and complete. As we close our service today and go out to live this week with the opportunity to be mindful that we can make choices that will serve divine love or not. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sylvia. Doesn't she just look beautiful? For those of you on Zoom who might not have been able to see, Sylvia just looks like spring. She's got beautiful spring colors and everything on. Thank you all for being here. Let's stand as we sing our closing prayer. If you'd like to make a big circle coming up front all the way to the back doors, we are happy to do that. I can't stop you, so I may as well join you, right? And for those of you on Zoom, feel your hands in ours here and feel yourself standing in this circle as well. And again, as always, if someone comes to your mind this week, please reach out to them. Trust that we are connected and you're getting a message. shine. We are all connected. Look into another's eyes. See your light reflected. We are one light, shining souls in harmony. We are one light, shining in unity. Okay, one last time. If you're going to come back in for the meeting, you could leave your items right where they are. Just walk straight out of the room. Get in line with your driver's license in hand. And if you aren't going to stay with us, please have a fabulous weekend and enjoy the sunshine outside. And if you're a visitor and just want to observe everything, you're welcome to stay. Come and sit on my side. I think that's it.
Announcement real quick, okay?
What is it? Oh. It's on. Just talk.
At coffee in the fellowship room. Please don't dally, but there are some coffee and chocolates after you check in with your driver's license. So please enjoy them. They're gifts from Peg and Jim Nugent. So thank you.